Okay, so parlez-vous français, Sam? Comme el
We.
top el tout? Je pense you do so suis? Viva la résistance!
Look, you don't have to embarrass me in French. Come on.
You might be wondering why I'm starting our episode off in French today. You know,
I am. I'm quite wondering.
there is a revolution going in the community this week. Uh,
Ooh,
yeah,
please.
our great oppressors, Wizards of the Coast, have spoken. They're changing the license agreement. All of Reddit is up in arms. The YouTube up in flames.
Oh no, not Reddit.
Oh no, not Reddit. Could never be Reddit.
We all know what happens when Reddit gets upset.
Yes, I'd like to speak to your manager.
So, what happened? What's got everyone so hot and heavy?
Well, you see, there's the OGL is in danger. They want to get rid of the old one, out with the old, in with the new, that kind of thing. So it's
All right.
OGL 1.1. So we got to rise up, and everyone's got to let Wizards of the Coast know that we will not stand for this. We will overthrow. And some might go over to Pathfinder instead. But we will persevere.
Are people not agreeing with these changes? What's going on?
Well, you see, there's a whole lot of stuff going on with that. The changes they're here, they're there, and honestly, I don't think I completely understand everything myself because I don't speak legalese. Hyperbole is my first language.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start the show. All right, and we are back ready to go. Sam.
Man, I'm loving our intro.
I'm loving it too. Oh, wait, you actually heard it that time. Are we moving up in the world?
I did not, but I did play it on my end.
We're in sync. That's where it's going to. Maybe one day we'll develop proper editing skills.
Yeah, as soon as we figure out all this stuff works. We are learning, people. It is a process.
It's a learning curve, and the thing about curves is they're not lines.
Wise words. Wise words, man.
Yeah, I learned that in geometry. You know, geometry is very valuable. People really underestimate the value of fitting all your groceries in your trunk.
You know, they always asked, when will we ever use hypotenuse in real life? Well, I'll have you know, I use it almost every day. In my daily life, I find myself needing to know the square root of a figure.
Not a day goes by that I don't regale my players at the table with tales of how I use the Pythagorean theorem
Yes,
to
yes,
to save children from cars in the street.
right. You know, when you have traps firing down a tight hallway, the angles are what really matters.
Yes, I always make a point totally to let my players apply geometry, not physics. No, we're not having that kind of a highbrow combat system. No, we're just applied geometry.
Right, right.
You know, what fits in a 10-foot cube?
What degrees are you firing your fireball?
Is there any spin on this fireball?
What's the circumference of the fireball?
What's the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter? The answer is pi.
Geez. Got him.
What's the monster this week, my guy?
Oh man. So starting in a new series, we're going to be talking about the various forms of demons and devils. We're going to be going into the hierarchy of their system, what kind of creatures are presented in each of these rankings, as you can say. So today I'm starting at pretty much the very bottom with Imps.
Wow. It's kind of like at the bottom, like where we are. Like, I didn't even introduce us as the hosts of the show.
That is very true. We should get in the habit of doing that.
Honestly, like, I am your host, Orion, and with me in a separate studio, as always, is my co host, Sam.
Yes, yes, your local monster researcher is here as always,
The monster guru.
presenting from the Nerd Militia.
We need to workshop that a little bit. Monster guru. I like that though.
Ooh,
It's like, ooh,
nice ring to it.
you know,
But yeah,
every guy needs a guru. Like Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra is like a guru or something, right?
man, I just love lore.
The lore guru.
Honestly.
Huh.
So starting with imps, where to begin? So demons and devils are two unique orders of fiends.
Right,
Um,
right.
from the rolling depths of the abyss, demon lords rally the unruly lesser demons into bloodthirsty hordes. Beneath them,
The
the
bloodthirsty
archdevil
hordes.
hordes. The archdevil Asmodeus rules legions of devils from his seat of power, the throne of Bator.
uh, I don't know. You sure it's not fucking Scanlan with his legions of arch whores?
Oh my god, I love Scanlan.
uh,
But yeah,
that's what every hell needs to be. Just legions of whores.
oh jeez. I mean, maybe with the succubus, huh?
I was in a campaign once where my buddy, he was run one of my first DMs. We had a couple guys in the party. They were like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna be all hot shit. We're gonna go in to the bar, right, right."
Hmm.
And they go and they try to seduce this lady, and somewhere along the long line, they're like, "Oh, hey, it's a succubus. Hot damn, let's go, you and me." And then I go up to this one and I'm like, "Hey, listen, I'll give you 10 gold to fuck with these guys." Not like fuck these guys, but to mess with them.
Right, right.
Right? Yeah. Clarification, very important. Come to find out, it wasn't a succubus at all. It was an incubus pretending to be a succubus, and it had them glamored to believing it was a female encounter. One of them snapped out of it halfway through and was
Oh my
mortified.
god,
Afterwards, it's
Jesus.
like, oh, hey, that here's the 10 gold I promised. I was watching. This was a that was hilarious seeing how upset he got about that. And I'm like, no,
Right.
honey, listen, I that one's for free. It's like, okay, cool. It wasn't even like
Mm,
a violent incubus. It was just like, hey, I get my kicks getting people off, and that's where I get my energy.
right, right.
Yeah, there we go. Sexual and off the rails as always.
It just comes, comes naturally.
Yes, comes naturally.
But I'll in the future episodes I'll go deeper into the whole blood war situation.
Ooh,
But the different factions of demons and devils had a very big part in it, where the devils wanted to rule over the demons, but they weren't having it.
yeah, yeah. Because anytime someone says, "Hey, step in line," and they're just like, "No," I
Right?
understand that they hate each other. Like that's what I
Yeah,
hear.
yeah. The blood war was between the devil and demons, as far as I know. Um, Asmodeus, the lord of the nine hells, kind of just wanted a sense of order, but the demons wanted the chaos that they believe hell should be.
Ah, so that's the divide there. We got the lawful evil and the chaotic evil split.
Hmm.
Uh, Is there like a neutral evil faction that we should be aware of?
I mean, probably. I believe most of the devil lords kind of stick to their own realms.
Mm. Yeah, just have an entire faction is like, we're evil, but we don't want to kind of get involved. you
Yeah,
know,
they
like,
kind of like we'll just keep our own business.
yeah, it's like, guys, we're evil, but we're not
Yeah.
nosy.
Aside from them wanting to kind of overtake the other realms, that are being held by the other lords.
Right.
Uh, they, mostly stick to themselves.
So
But
is this like a Congress situation where like it's an eternal deadlock, and as long as they're fighting each other, they're not bothering anyone else?
I mean, pretty much, I
Ooh,
believe so.
yeah, uh, parallels to politics right there.
Yeah. So,
That's why everyone
imps.
wants to kill each other. That makes.
Yeah. So, imps are a European mythological creature similar to fairies or demons. These these little devils were
These
part of
little
many
devils.
stories along the years in the medieval period. Um, in the beginning, from their Germanic roots, they were simple, mischievous creatures with joyful attitudes and basic motivations.
So like sprites.
Yeah, very similar to leprechauns, in the sense they were not necessarily malicious, but rather playful,
Hmm.
often described as lesser goblin.
Okay. I think the Japanese have something that's basically imps.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a couple of different things that are kind of similar to goblins or imps.
Well, I mean, they got so many yokai that some of it was just like, hey, that now we got Pokemon.
Yeah,
You got to catch all the yokai.
yeah. And the image of imps went through many changes along the years of the medieval period. When they entered Christian folklore and Germanic myth, demons were not necessarily evil; they could even be attendants of the gods. But in Christianity, demons were unholy creatures and therefore representations of the worst of humanity.
Ah,
Imps went from the little pranksters to full on servants of Satan.
well, that escalated quickly.
No, Christianity does.
Yeah, it's just like we're just little pranksters. It's just a prank, bro.
Yeah,
No, that is evil and unforgivable.
yeah. And as you get into the early roots of Christianity, you get to things like the witch trials.
Mm. You ever want to
Um.
go back in time to the witch trials? Be like,
Oh man.
guys, listen up. You're eating tainted bread. The bitch ain't
Yeah,
a
that's probably what it was
yeah,
too.
bitch ain't a witch. This guy's just wanting political power, and he's giving everybody tainted bread.
Yeah, honestly, give me your land.
Yeah, someone says something you don't like. Clearly, this person's out of their mind. It's the work of a
Yeah,
witch.
like being controlled by Satan.
That sounds like that'd be a good low level uh, counter to throw at a party. Ah, it's a witch trial.
Hmm.
We don't take kindly to magic users around here. It must be a
Yeah.
witch.
I believe in the world that I'm running in the Grim Hollows, the world is similar to that, maybe in some parts.
Yeah, it's on the lower end of the magic scale.
Yeah, for sure.
Although we have a very high magic party.
You do. But yeah, because sorcery was seen as a satanic practice, imps were lumped into the hunt with witches and warlocks. They were
Huh.
believed to take the shape of black cats, rats, or toads when in the service of a witch or a warlock. Many innocent women and men were put to trial because they were seen in the presence of an imp. Um, After the witch hunt craze settled down, imp reports dwindled as well.
That makes sense. Although I find the whole thing kind of weird in the sense that, oh, anyone practicing magics of any kind is obviously working with devils and imps. Like, dude,
Right.
the Jews have this thing called the Kabbalah, and the Kabbalah is basically Jew magic.
I don't know if you can just say Jews like that.
No, they got Jew magic. It's called the Kabbalah. And I think it
Is
was
it
adapted to
really?
like some other religions as well, but they have like the Kabbalah is like a holy text or whatever that's full of just magics and shit. Like the
If you're a Jewish viewer, please send us an email and let us know if you have Jewish magic.
demonetized immediately. Sorry, we didn't do our research. We didn't know if Jew magic was a thing.
Oh my god.
Oath of the Jew Paladin. Is
Oh
it you?
my god. Oh jeez. So uh, in this transformation, we get the most common representation of imps.
Right.
Lesser beings serving a greater entity with a playful charisma and a wicked mentality. At this point, we reach 1974, and in the first edition of D&D, they get their first apparition.
Ooh.
Uh, Even in this early in the game, this little monster appears very similar to how he's going to end up. A lawful evil 2 foot tall monster with wings, dark vision, and shape change. His
Cool.
goal has always been to corrupt the soul of his masters and lure them to hell. Of course, in the first edition, it was much more deadly than the fifth edition, but the flavor is the same.
All right. All right. I think everything was more deadly in first edition, honestly.
Yeah, they were kind of like starting off strong.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where you better not be married to your character because your character ain't lasting long.
Yeah,
Like you'd make multiple characters in the same session, and it was a rare thing to have your character last more than I don't know a couple sessions.
hmm
At least I think that might have been how Gygax intended it.
yeah, kind of gives them like a big base to work off of.
Well, a heroic death is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah,
I would hope so, anyways. But yeah, I think that damn, just early imps must have been terrifying. Like
yeah.
you just roll up in the place and oh, it's so cute, it's so little, and then it just starts hauling off the fighter. Like no,
Just carries off a child.
just have a whole army of imps stealing children.
Yeah, like the Wizard of Oz. Didn't she have like an army of imps or something?
I think those were flying monkeys, but honestly, by the description of 2 foot tall, winged, and mischievous, that's flying monkeys and imps that reskin it and call it a day.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. You could have a Wizard of the Oz like D&D and have like the party be like Dorothy and like the lion.
Well, yeah, I mean that was a very D&D esque adventure. You
Oh
got
my god.
yeah, you got your artificer, your tabaxi,
Off
your
to meet the
token
wizard.
human. You got like a kind of a straw golem thing. It's like, oh no, I don't have a heart because I was made by some wizard. Yeah, it's all like that. And then they were off to see the wizard. They fought some things. They got scared. They solved some puzzles, and they showed up. And it turns out it was just a dude behind a curtain. It was like a Scooby Doo adventure, except there wasn't a real estate agent involved. Dude, if I had
True,
a
true.
nickel for every time a Scooby Doo thing ended with some kind of disgruntled real estate agent,
Yeah, honestly. He's like, but you just own the property.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you
Oh my
meddling
god.
kids.
So,
Wait a minute.
in earlier editions, huh?
My mother in law's a real estate agent.
My dad's a real estate agent.
We need masks. We're about to make some money. Provided no meddling kids get in the way.
Yeah, honestly, and their damn dog.
So, oh, that's why I hate dogs.
Well, yeah, there were many types of imps in the earlier editions. They came in a variety of colors. They range from dark red to even opaque blue and brown. They shape changed to merge with human society, usually using rats, ravens, or spider forms. On
Okay.
older editions, they used to transform into goats too.
No, not burrito.
Yeah, Sweet Burrito might be an imp all along.
Oh no, no, that'd be a plot twist. If you hit us with that, I'll forget this conversation. I'll be like, Sam, you motherfucker. I didn't know Burrito was an evil imp the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, it may make sense because their objective, as with all devils, is to be promoted to higher power due to corrupting souls. So I mean, Burrito could be corrupting you in some way.
Corrupted by my own goat.
Yeah, there were usually two types of imps: those who roam freely and those who attach to contracts made in the Nine Hells with other entities. For example, a Pact of the Chain warlock could have an imp given as his familiar by his
I
patron.
have read that.
Yeah. In that case, the patron would get all the credit of corrupting the soul and not the imp. That is why always the imp would prefer to go free and condemn souls on his own.
A
And that's
free
how you
agent.
see them. Yeah, I'd say you see them usually become familiars to wizards or something.
Huh. That's
And they will
interesting.
always try to slowly corrupt their summoner,
So, like, how do they corrupt? Do they like, hey, listen, eh, go get drunk tonight?
Yeah, they just kind of guide you to make questioning decisions and like because they never try to like hurt you directly or like lead you to danger, but
Yeah, it's like, just imagine it with like a little, like maybe a Boston or like a Jersey accent. And it's like, oi, yeah, maybe not the oi, but like, yeah, I ever steer you wrong. Well,
yeah,
no, you've
yeah.
always looked out for me.
I
That's
believe
right.
they serve the purpose of like the devil on your shoulder, you know.
Oh yeah, I feel like that'd be a lot of fun as a player. You get the little imp devil on your shoulders, like, listen, this is this is prime stuff right here.
Yeah.
You go and knock off this group. You got you what you need. I don't know what half of what you said means, but sure. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
hmm So imps basically, they had the 2 feet tall, the leathery wings. Uh, Imps would usually eat any form of meat, whether alive or dead. Although they did not require sleep, imps occasionally rested in the material plane in their animal forms to take a break from their constant duties. Imps had to earn their right to a gender, toiling for centuries before being assigned one based on their work. While other devils could be transformed into imps, they were also made from soul larvae twisted into form by powerful devils.
I'm
They
still
did not
hung up on
age.
the. I'm still hung up on the. They have to work that hard to be assigned a gender.
Yeah, yeah, they have the lowest like rank in society. Like,
Like, dude, people spend like legit all their time on the internet fighting over gender and shit. And meanwhile, here are these poor little imps that don't even get a gender.
yeah, yeah, that's the equality everybody's talking about.
First world problems. You know, in other countries, some kids don't get genders.
In other planes of existence, some creatures don't get gender.
I will. If you don't stop complaining about the gender you have right now, I'm turning this car around. You know, other kids don't get genders.
Oh my god. Oh, jeez.
First dimension problems.
But yeah, so imps never age naturally. They don't age naturally, and if slain on another plane of existence, they reform on their native planes. Um, what else? Imps were the lawful equivalent of quasits, another diminutive race of fiend that
Mm.
coerced mortals into committing heinous acts for power. They existed a variety of specialized imps that served specific functions within hell, such as medical care or translating.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there were imps had all kind of jobs, but if they wanted to be like in service of a devil, they kind of had to earn their place.
Ah,
But that
eh,
was kind of like their best hope for power.
well, everyone wants power, but who can really get it in this economy?
Yeah, power in this economy.
Oh, sorry, the bub, the power dynamics all fucked. We got the economy, and well, we can't do it. Maybe next year we'll check your quarterly soul earnings report, and we'll get back to you. Oh,
Right, right.
see, souls are down this quarter. Guess you're not getting that gender, bub. Oh
Oh
darn
man,
it!
you didn't get that one last soul that you needed for this week.
It's like that.
Sorry, man. Gotta take your gender away.
It's like the first episode of Soul Eater. You're one soul short. You just
Yeah.
gotta get that last one. Oh no, you fucked up and got a cat soul instead. Guess you're gonna have to start all over. damn, Lord Death, calm the fuck down. It's just
It's
a
like, good
cat.
luck.
You gotta do it all again.
Yeah, I don't blame them for being so mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, looking at the Imps stats, they're fairly decent. They have a 6 in strength, 17 in dexterity, 13 in constitution, 11 in intelligence, 12 in wisdom, and a 14 in charisma.
Hmm.
They have the shape changer ability, as well as invisibility, and a sting attack from their kind of scorpion-like tail.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. I never figured their tail to be a very useful thing at all.
Yeah, it's not very damaging, but it is an option.
It's something. I mean, I certainly wouldn't expect it. Like someone goes to grapple a imp and they're like, it stung me. Like who
Yeah.
expects that?
Actually, looking at this damage, it says target must make a DC 11 con save or take 10 3d6 poison damage on a fail. It's not bad.
That's good damage and easy to make save.
Yeah.
Good damage. Now, hear me out. My mind went on a tangent here.
Mm.
I have an encounter where it's like three imps in a mother outfit, and they're just running an entire orphanage, corrupting children.
Damn.
Yeah,
I could see that.
like they're in the middle of a terrible city, real fucked up city, and they're running an entire orphanage full of these little down and out orphan kids, and all the homeless kids got them all in one place, and they're all
Mm-hmm.
out in the streets picking pockets, stealing shit, uh, starting fights and everything, and everyone's like,
Little do the
oh.
kids know that the imps are the ones that killed their parents.
Yeah, like they're just going out, they kill parents, they bring the kids in, and they're just corrupting these souls while they're young and impressionable.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's
Viewers,
good.
take this idea and run a campaign quick.
You could run that in a city like Waterdeep is slowly being corrupted by evil children. And
Oof.
oh, what's the party
Evil
gonna do?
children.
Yeah, it's like you got all these kids that have very poor ethical values because they're being raised by imps that secretly killed their parents.
If
And
you want a campaign where you have to figure out if you have to kill a bunch of kids,
yeah, here's the number to call.
this is the option
Call
for you.
207-365-555. I need to have a moral dilemma now. That's I need a moral dilemma now.
If you have a party that is murder hobo, throw this at them.
Yes, the biggest solution to murder hobo is innocent children that don't know they're evil. Unless murder hobos don't care about children.
There's a monster in the Grim Hollow book that is a parasite that does something like that.
Moral dilemmas?
Kind of like corrupts the host.
Ah, that's still neat. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a moral, it's not a walking moral dilemma, but it's still neat.
All right. Yeah. That's about all I have for imps today.
Honestly, it's more than I expected, and I kind of like them. But what would
Yeah,
you?
they're pretty interesting.
Yeah, what would you give it as a IRL fight score for this one?
I see myself as a person that would prefer to make a deal of some kind with an imp.
Oh,
But if I
it's
had to
already got
fight
you
one,
at that point, you know.
yeah, yeah. If I was sure I had to fight an imp, they're fairly small. They're not really that strong. They rely more on their cunning. I feel like I could take an imp. I'd maybe give it about a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, I'd maybe give it about a 6.
I think that's pretty generous. I mean, that sting could probably kill you outright. Like,
That's true. A couple stings might be the end.
uh, sting aside, uh,
Hmm.
I'm leaning towards a 3.
A 3? Are we saying 3 like 1 is the easiest?
Yes, yes.
You, you think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, you got to understand, I'm a parent. I throw children on a daily basis.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, like,
If we're saying sting aside, I'll give it about a 5. But if it has like it's catching me off guard, maybe about a 7.
I don't don't know, like a five's like a 50-50 chance. You think you got a 50-50 chance with one of those? Like,
If let's say versus whether it catches me off guard
uh,
or like if I'm talking to it and it starts to fight, you know.
yeah, like I think I'm quick. Like,
If I see it coming, I think I'll give it about a 5.
yeah, well, I keep swords in the house. Like, I can get a little bit of
Yeah,
range. It's like, uh, you know, lop off the wings, lop off a tail, like,
no, I keep
or
that thing on.
maybe grapple it. You know,
Yeah,
I think that my ability to improvise, I could totally take these things.
improvise.
Yeah, yeah, unintentional puns, dad jokes all around. It's just
Yeah,
it's in me. It runs deep. I can't just stop.
yeah. I feel like for an imp, you just kind of gotta assert that dominance, you know.
Mm. Yeah, so are we talking like street dominance? Like I just take a piss on it or something?
Like it's gonna pop up in here and like try and make me a deal. It's like, nah, here's my deal. You don't listen to me.
Now, oh yeah, it's like kind of like a mafia thing. It's like, yo, listen,
Yeah,
you make me an offer, I'll make you a counter offer you can't refuse.
yeah.
Capiche?
Come in my house trying to make me a deal.
No, listen here, bub. This is how it's gonna go down. Now, you're gonna get on your knees and you're gonna kiss my shoe. And it's like while they're doing that, you're like, whoop, 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 bam. It's like, huh, fuck you. I know the game, son. You think you're gonna sneak up on me and trick me into a deal? I don't know. I have a very conniving mother-in-law, so I think I'm very
Yeah,
used to people trying to trick me into shit.
right, right. No, I remember my exes.
Yeah. I think that's all your manipulative exes, because everyone's got them. I feel like a lot of people would do fine, unless they're like really naive.
Feel like I could come into some common ground with an imp, maybe.
Yeah,
I understand you just want to move up in the world. We don't gotta be enemies. We could do something together.
yeah. We could start an orphanage.
I have a great business idea.
Start a coffee shop, right? And people pay with pieces of their soul.
Little do they know, every dollar is part of their soul.
Yeah, it's just like you get the coffee like really addictive. Like slip some cocaine in there.
Oh no.
Hey, that's a plot point right there. Addictive coffee in a shop run by devils, and they got like little imp servants running the Starbucks all over the place.
Imp Starbucks.
Imp Starbucks. Remember, it's not about what this monster can do to ruin your day. It's how can it make your life better. Imp Starbucks.
God.
We got it every episode. Every time we're like, oh, could this thing get rid of the callus on my big toe? Maybe. Could I get like a little bit of a massage out of this situation? Maybe. I don't know. Uh,
Does this coffee make me cough fireballs? Maybe.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We got to make the monsters work for us.
Yeah. Every 100th cup is a free soul.
Ah. What if every customer is like the millionth customer?
Congratulations.
Yay! Confetti and everything is just like, you're our millionth customer. You get a thing, and all you have to do is fill out this survey.
The person standing behind them just walks forward. Hey!
Yay!
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and then the
I
survey,
would
you're
watch
signing
that.
away your soul.
Man, if we had people that knew how to animate.
Animators, we need you. Hey! I'm sorry.
So, what homebrew item do you have for us today?
Oh, damn. Where did I put that thing? No, like, seriously, where did I put that thing?
I don't know. Where'd you put it?
Yeah, let me look under the couch. See if that's where it's at. Oh, yeah. I present to you another beautiful arrow creation by our. I hope. You know what? We should try to get him on the show. BJ
Hmm.
Hypes. Remember the Peton arrow?
Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
guy that
yeah.
made that. So
That'd
this
be
one's
cool.
called the Viper Bite.
Ooh.
It's literally like a snake arrow. It
Ooh.
looks all coppery, get the little spike fletchings, and it's an uncommon item. It says here, after this arrow hits a creature, it transforms into a venomous snake that
Ooh.
immediately attacks the creature you targeted. The snake shares your initiative. It has 5 hit points and an AC of 13, so typical snake. It
Mm-hmm.
has a +5 to hit, deals 1d4 piercing damage, and on a successful hit, the target must make a DC 14 Constitution save or take 3d4 poison damage. The
No,
snake
that's
will
not bad.
yeah, right? It'll continue to attack the creature until one of them dies. If the snake dies, the creature then if the creature dies, then it returns to an arrow form and can be reused.
Ooh. You know,
Reusable. That's
that's
just
something that I would add to the game. That's not bad.
right. I'm
Pretty
liking
cool.
this. This is hot. You know, I don't think we have enough green arrows in the game. Like I
Hmm.
need a boxing glove arrow. I need a snake arrow. I need one that glows in the dark.
A grappling hook arrow.
Yeah, that's right. We need a little bit of everything. I want a blender arrow.
A blender. Ooh, hit somebody with a blender.
Yeah. You shoot it and it transforms into a blender.
Jesus.
And it spills a
I like
smoothie
that.
all
Yeah.
over
You have to send that to me. Maybe we'll add it to one of the upcoming markets.
him. Blender arrow? Fuck yeah.
No, not the blender. Hit the the
I'll
Viper.
send this one to you after. Yeah. What about a coffee arrow? Like you just shoot someone and they get just hit with a massive dose of caffeine.
Oh my god. Just gets hit with hot coffee.
Yeah. Oh,
Oof.
they just get spilled with hot coffee.
It just turns to a coffee pot and turns over as it flies at you.
It's just like a little McDonald's thing of coffee, right? But it doesn't say
Yeah.
careful hot. It's just the one that's blank. So you
Oh
don't know
yeah.
to be careful.
You got ideas for days.
Self proclaimed idea, man.
All right. Allow me to present the noodle of mending.
The noodle of mending.
Yes. The
Tell me
noodle of
more.
mending.
Tell
This
me
is a
more.
this is an uncommon item. Uncooked, this raw item of food stock appears to have no inherent magical abilities. However, when boiled into a rubbery cooked texture, this item can be thrown from a small distance at a broken, torn, or cracked object. Whenever
Ooh.
thrown, the DM rolls a d20. On a 1 to 9, the cooked noodle splatters into small pieces and has no effect, except for you to look like a bit of a weirdo who has thrown a noodle at a broken object. On a 10 to 15, the noodle casts a spell mending and then breaks.
Aha.
On a 16 to 20, the noodle casts a spell mending. However, it can repair cracks, tears, and breaks up to 2 feet in dimension. The noodle can also be used again. However, it will be thereafter covered in dirt.
Okay, so what if we made this noodle into an arrow?
An arrow of mending.
Yes.
You just kind of tape the noodle to the.
Mimic tape. It's here. Now I can take these two things that I love so much, the noodle of mending and the arrow of arrow.
Arrow of arrow.
Yes. The arrow of arrow. It's
Hawkeye's like, this is my favorite arrow.
that.
Arrow of arrow.
This is my favorite arrow. What does it do? It's blue. I call, I call it
When
the
fired, it turns into an arrow.
the arrow of perfume. It smells nice.
When you hit someone, they get teleported into the perfume department.
You just they get doused with everything that J.C. Penney has to offer.
Just planar shifts into the SpongeBob.
It's just like
Like
just
getting
all
hit
these
by
people.
banishment.
Oh, that's got to be the worst kind of banishment. Just department store or a mall. There's like Oh no, no more.
Mm.
It'd be great. Damn, that's pretty good. So, what do you think you would do with such a the noodle of mending? So, like,
You know,
is it like
on
a
the chance that it works, and it just so happens to be covered in dirt, maybe you're only gonna use it that one time. You don't want to just carry around a dirty noodle.
like? It seems kind of like a Play-Doh, like a Play-Doh noodle.
Yeah,
You just boom, pop it on, fixed, done.
if it works, it works. But like to just be the weirdo that's carrying around a loose noodle, like, you're like, excuse me, sir, can I boil this noodle real quick?
I feel like I've seen this item on Reddit somewhere.
It's quite possible. I don't believe I have a. Yeah, there's no kind of owner tag or anything on it. So I
Well,
don't
that's
know who to credit
unfortunate.
for this, but
Was the do you know what user posted it?
I do not. I
Ah,
believe I got it off of Tumblr.
Tumblr, and they're not giving people
Not Tumblr,
credits.
sorry. Not Tumblr. What am I thinking of?
Was it a Tumblr?
No, yeah, it is Tumblr. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. I forgot that's what this app was called. It's been just T for so long. Like,
Yeah, just looking at the apps like, oh, well, this is T, this is R,
yeah.
this is B, and this is F. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
All
what
right, sorry.
anything
So
is in
ignore
my
me.
phone
Never
anymore.
mind. Yeah, I believe I just got it off of Tumblr.
Ah, we'll have
Like
to.
forever ago.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to start crediting more people with the stuff we bring into the show.
Yeah, definitely. When we get our art from our commission, I told her that they can credit themselves and make a little art
Ooh,
thing for themselves.
yeah, please. Like anyone we bring on the show, and anyone that wants to be on the show, like plug your stuff,
Yeah,
please.
absolutely.
Get yourself out there. What are you doing just sitting there, not promoting yourself
Yeah.
shamelessly like Raid Shadow Legends?
We're gonna get in the habit of plugging our own socials. We have the Nerd Militia on Twitter now.
Oh, we're on the Twitters. Hey, that means we can be a part of the rebellion.
Yeah, we do have the Nerd Militia on Facebook.
Okay, nice, nice. We
We are posted on all streaming platforms under Dungeons and Talk Shows.
even better. We do have a locals account as well.
What's a locals account?
That I'm gonna sound dumb, but like it's like an alternative Twitter type situation.
Oh, is that the new thing that's taking over? Like 'cause everybody's kind of leaving Twitter now.
Dude, I don't even know. They're going everywhere. Locals was that place that a lot of people left Twitter for before Elon, because like people are like, oh hey, I
Right,
need all my free speech stuff because I'm tired of people censoring my shit, and I totally
right.
get
Good.
that because like, dude, when it comes to the internet, I don't need this China parenting when it comes to my internet. I'm a big boy. I can handle a couple of mean words.
All right. Yeah, and we'll get in the habit of posting when we're going to be updating and when we're posting our episodes.
Right? Because we had that horrible mix up last week.
Yeah, where we got corrupted or something like that.
Yeah, the recording corrupted, and I'm just like, I'm
Mhm.
gonna cry a lot.
Yeah, and I believe the recording for the campaign session went a little awry, right?
It did, but for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
like, I had the outsource, like the output changed, and like it was supposed to be going through one thing, and it was going through a different one.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different situation, and I see where I went wrong. You know,
Do you think we'll be posting it this week?
I'm gonna post it anyways because it does have relevant information for the
Mm.
campaign. I mean, our other players that missed this session are gonna need some of it anyways.
Right. Okay, cool.
I mean, I'm gonna feel bad because it's like messed up, but the whole thing isn't really for public consumption necessarily.
Hmm.
It's for our players, so a little bit for those players that missed is
Hmm.
better than nothing.
Yeah, we definitely encourage any listeners that we have that are interested in the campaign that I am currently running. We are posting those episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, and I think you're doing a great job. Like,
Oh, thanks,
you're
man.
relatively new to it, but you, honestly, the only critique I've had from tonight's game was it's a little heavy on like you seem to want a lot of rolls for things. Like, you don't have to roll for everything, but at the same
Yeah,
time, it's like rolling dice is fun. So,
yeah, yeah.
oh, I absolutely get it. Uh, it's I think there's a balance to how much you actually want to roll in a game,
That's true. That's true.
and I think you're finding that.
Thanks.
You're going to
Appreciate
find
that.
your balance, and that's going to be your style. And all I can do is just, as a player, kind of help you to find where you
Yeah,
want to be as a DM.
absolutely. I want to know, what my players want, my players are enjoying, what they want more of, what I can bring to the game for them.
Yeah. I think neither of us really knows how to properly use my passive perception.
Oh, sometimes I kind of take that into account, but sometimes I want you guys to roll for specific viewings.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where you should like have. Well, actually, I was thinking as a DM in the future, I want to have like a little sheet with just passive scores for various stats and abilities
Mm,
for each
yeah,
player.
probably a good idea.
So it's like, okay, I can just look at that, be like, oh, is that good enough? Yeah, sure. This person just does this thing casually, not have to worry about it.
Right.
And then, like, because when you're rolling, it's typically more of a, you're actively trying to do something,
Yeah.
and passive scores are more of, it's just something you're unconsciously doing.
Mhm.
Like
I
a,
think it comes with
yeah,
knowing the habits of your players, what they want to do specifically,
yeah,
how they want their characters to be.
yeah, absolutely. Like with the observation feat, that gives you a +5 to your passive
Oh
perception
yeah,
and your passive investigation. Dude, how many DMs do you know that can run a proper passive investigation?
man. I'm sure we've all seen how Orem is doing on Critical Role. His perception is insane. He's rolling 25s every time. Like,
Yeah, it's like there comes a point where, hmm, do should we bother with a lot of these roles? And it's just like, for tension, yes, absolutely,
yeah,
bother with rolls all the time. But there are times where you can just be like, okay, I'm just gonna skip it because it's really not so important. So save
right,
rules for when things need to matter a little bit more.
right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I just got sent a sample of our banner.
Ooh, you gotta send that to me. Uh,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm liking that. Hearing back from the commission artist in the middle of the podcast. News updated right now.
They said put some hours in on this tonight, so we can map out the desk and ministers, monsters. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys are gonna enjoy our art.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm a very big patron of the arts as an artist myself. You know, I've always been an artsy kind of person, but I guess that goes hand in hand with what we do.
Indeed, indeed.
Although I don't think I'm objectively a good artist, just, inclined. I'm not going to be narcissistic about it. But I definitely got to check that out. I think
Yeah, yeah.
one more thing that we need to look into is a little bit more of this OGL situation.
Oh yeah, definitely keep everybody updated with that.
Well, it seems like what we talked about before in our messed up episode. The OGL is continuing with the changes that we saw before, but with some additional changes now. So we got the you make over 750K, you got to start paying royalties. Okay, fine. You make over 50K, please start reporting to Wizards. I think they're lowering the standard for that. Like, they made it so that the new one, once you sign it, it'll be subject to change later. So you could sign something and agree to something, and then they can change the terms of the agreement. And I hate contracts like that. I absolutely hate that legalese bullshit. It's like,
Right.
dude, with all due respect, Your Honor, this whole contract is a ramshackle
Sorry.
affair. I love saying ramshackle affair. It's such a
Uh,
lawyerese thing to say. Ramshackle.
we normally post our episodes every Monday, right?
Um, normally, yeah, Monday or Tuesday ish. But
Yeah, I
I
guess we're
think
asking for that.
I think
Good for that.
Monday's a good post date because when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think about it, no one likes Mondays, so let's make Mondays a little bit better for anyone who
yeah,
enjoys the
absolutely.
content, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And if we get any
I think once
feedback,
we
like what day people might prefer,
yeah,
but
we could definitely get some feedback for that.
yeah, it depends on how much editing we start putting more into with the show. Like if I get better at editing, then yeah, sure. But otherwise, for the most part, it's just like let it go as is.
Yeah.
Why not? Another one of the things that I want to get back to on the OGL is there's a huh, lost my train of thought. Look at
Oh,
me,
I'm
ever
sorry.
ever so reliable. There's talk about undoing the previous OGL,
hmm
and that just seems ridiculous because the first OGL from like 2002 is supposed to be the OGL to end all OGLs. Like we want our license to be open because no matter what, there was an interview on the subject. It's like, hey, the OGL, like, even if it does change, people can just choose to use what version they want because each OGL is subject to the edition or whatever.
Right.
And even if that specific one was changed, people are going to ignore it anyways. And I think that's kind of the core thing here. I don't care what they're going to do to the OGL to a degree
hmm
because I'm going to do me. It don't matter because our games are always going to be our games. We got our content. We bought our books. We are we make our own content. We homebrew all the time. Like
hmm
people spread things on Tumblr and Reddit all the time. It's like, dude, you ain't putting the genie back in the bottle. Just because people think that they can save themselves by jumping ship to another tabletop game, that that's not gonna do much. I mean,
Right.
you can take money out of the wizard's pocket by not giving them money for content, and that's perfectly fine. I would even go so far as to say I encourage other people to try different tabletop games, but I don't encourage people to do it out of spite.
Mm.
Although I have been known to be on board with doing shit out of spite because yeah, stick it to the man, stick it to the person.
Right.
But when it comes to your hobby, I don't know. I think a hobby needs a little bit more tender care and love. But that's yeah,
I just got confirmation that they said that they can change it uh, if we do end up changing our schedule. But
cool,
for now, that will be the intended plan.
nice. It's
Sorry, I didn't
nice.
mean to cut
We
you
got all the news dropping at live on the show, even if it's only big to us.
off.
Uh,
Yeah.
so far, the some of the stuff that's dropped with this new agreement is it has to be signed by the 14th, which is this coming week.
hmm
So, creators out there now putting out homebrew content and making money, they're going to be expected to have 1 week to get on board or get out of the way. And that can really fuck up a lot of people with their income source.
Right.
I mean, let's just face it, a lot of the people that are doing this kind of thing, they're mom and pop kind of deals. Like, dude, ain't no way these people are making 50K off D&D a year unless you're really popular. I mean, not everyone can be Critical Role or Matt Colville. I don't know how much Matt Colville makes, but like he does a lot of stuff. So I'd
hmm
imagine that like as a game developer, he does good for himself probably.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And it's just like a lot of his income is tied to the hobby as a developer and making things and writing books. And a lot of people have a lot of stake in this, especially YouTubers that have built their entire everything on this,
Hmm.
from Dungeon Magazine and there's lots of little magazines and pamphlets and PDFs that people make and sell with their Patreons. Like, come on. I think ultimately what's going to happen is Wizards is going to change their tune because there's no choice.
Right.
You can't piss off an entire fandom and expect things to go well. I think the guy that they brought in to change Wizards of the Coast is gonna be kicked out just as fast as he came in.
Mm. So you don't have a lot of high hopes for the future for them?
I have hopes. I have all the hopes, honestly,
Hmm.
that I think Wizards of the Coast is gonna be okay, but this rough patch is really gonna be hard on them because there's a lot of corporate decisions that are affected. They're going down the chain and affecting people
Hmm.
in negative ways. And when that happens, you're going to get a lot of backlash. And that backlash is going to hit hard because
Hmm.
when you mess with someone's livelihood, they don't take kindly to that. When you mess with someone's hobby, they don't take kindly to that. I certainly
Hmm.
don't. Hell, you and I both plan to do more with the hobby as going forward. We're running a podcast on this subject.
Yeah.
we're we're showcasing what people are doing in the community. We're talking about what people are doing in the community. It's just no. It's a vibrant and thriving community, and it's amazing how much it's grown over the last 20 years.
Yeah. They're
And
doing great things.
you can't just change everything like that overnight and expect it to go well. I think ultimately the corporate shills are going to see a, they're in for an awakening here, and it's not going to be a pleasant one.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
And that's my 2 cents on that.
Definitely a hot topic.
For sure. And it's a shame we couldn't get a guest for tonight, but
Yeah, maybe in the future.
mm, I can't wait till we get Dad back on for an episode. He was a lot of fun to have on the show.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That story he told you before the show, that was great.
We weren't able to post that video, huh?
No, it had the same output issues.
Shame. It's okay. I'm sure we'll get him back.
I've heard him tell those kind of stories before. Hell, if you get him a little bit of weed, a little bit of alcohol, he'll talk all night with all these wild stories that you wouldn't even believe is true.
Hmm.
But that I've been there for some of them, and I know how he is. Like they're true.
Kind of time are we running at?
Oh, just under an hour.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we're getting efficient as fuck, my friend. We got it.
Not sure what else to to add.
Honestly, this is why we need to bring in more guests. I did talk to the that geek preacher dude.
Hmm.
Still waiting for a correspondence. After that, he wanted to check out the first a few episodes of the podcast before he agreed to come on.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who our next big guest will be. I mean,
Yeah, that'll definitely be interesting.
yeah, for sure. Do you have anything else you want to add to today's episode?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
We pretty much covered everything we have for today.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, bit of a short one this week.
uh, and things will probably get bulkier once we have comments and call-ins and shit. We'll
I
see how
think
it
with
goes.
the deeper levels of the demon species and stuff, we'll
Ooh,
go a
well,
little bit
imps were
deeper.
a light subject, so
Yeah, we'll go a little bit deeper next time.
yeah. You know what? I think that's exactly what we need to get a little bit more meat on the subject.
Yeah, I can definitely go pretty deep into the whole war between them and everything.
That I do find interesting because you can add that lore to anything.
Yeah, honestly,
Well, if you sprinkle it in right, anyways.
I believe. What did I say? Sorry, I'm trying to blank. Uh, yes, I believe next episode will be on Bone Devils.
Bone Devils now, hot damn, that sounds cool.
Yeah, they're cool as hell.
Oh, they look cool. Like the whole design's like bony and sharp. It's like a Kimamaru from that from Naruto.
I love Kimimaru.
Yeah,
He
he's a
was
fan favorite.
my main in the Strike Force games. There's
Yeah,
Ninja Storm games.
like I can't blame you. Dude is cool as fuck. Just like, hey, I got bones coming out of. He's like Wolverine, but like everything's a spike. Dude, could you imagine like if you took like Gara DNA, Kimamaru DNA, and then you mix it together and you make like a Wolverine?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like the magnet release from Gara, because like he does the sand thing, but just give him like some iron sand to coat the bones.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it'd be like a Wolverine.
It would. It would be like Wolverine.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I bet you could probably run a Bone Devil like a Kimimaru in a situation in a campaign. That'd be cool.
I don't actually know very much about them, so it'll be interesting to learn.
All right, you got yourself a hot research week then.
I do. I do.
Well, I think we can end the show right here.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope you all have a good week. Hope you enjoyed this episode.
And hey, looking forward to the new year, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are out.